Hi Design Cutters, my name is Joanna Fallon, I'm a graphic designer, and this week we have a brand new product on the Design Cuts marketplace to unbox. As with all these videos, I've not seen the product before, I will be seeing it for the first time as with you, and this is going to be an initial play with the resources, just seeing what there is and what the options are, and hopefully give you an idea of what the product is capable of and what you can do with it. So without further ado, let's go and see what the new product is. Okay, so this is the grid builder from Barnard, which I've actually seen on their Instagram, so it's quite excited to give this a go, see how it works. And I don't have an iPad, so I'm going to be doing it in Photoshop. So I'm going to have a quick read through the instructions first, and then we'll see what we can do with it. So what do we need to do? We need to get the rectangle tool. Okay, so we've got the shapes there. Yep, that's all of the instructions. So let's give this a go. Oh, this is okay. Well, this is smart. Oh, this is fantastic. This is like really helpful for. Oh, this is going to be brilliant for because I work with lettering. This is a brilliant tool actually for mocking up designs and preparing stuff. So I'm already impressed with what we have here. So there's quite a few shapes to choose from. And as I said in the instructions, if you hold down Shift, it keeps the original proportions, or you can move it around a bit. Okay, no, this is really nice. Oh, they're having to think quite quickly now what kind of design I want to do. So we've got a ribbon. Oh, this is nice. Okay. I can see this being the kind of thing that I'm going to get a little bit carried away and trying to overcomplicate it. So let's just I'll quickly pick one more shape and then do a little bit of drawing. So we'll sort of balance it out with a. But I do like these guidelines to make everything quite easy to line up. Okay, so that's quite a basic layout, and I believe we have some brushes that come with this as well. Oh, okay, so I see, right, so it's brushes like the actual guides, okay. Oh, right, gotcha. It's an alternative way of creating the design, just using like a stamp brush. Right. So a few different options there on how to create a grid, so that's quite nice. That's a nice feature. If I'm actually going to use these as a tool, I guess I'll group them, and I think what I'll do is just reduce the opacity of the group and lock that so it's there as a backdrop. And we will use some different brushes, and I can see, yeah. So actually, the harder thing with doing lettering designs and layouts is actually the spacing of the letters themselves. So things like this, when you've got a really quick visual reference, is really good. Let's kind of find a word. So just having this here, you can just see where. No, this is great. I see myself using this as, to help draft out sketches for board designs and poster designs, etc. And I think I'd probably have a little bit more play with it before I actually use it to create final designs. But because I do, a lot of the work I do is actually by hand rather than sort of on the computer, and I'd sort of do larger scale stuff on boards and walls and things. This is a really good way to get a kind of a visual sense of the spacing beforehand, and also a nice way to present things digitally to clients. So that's how I see myself using a product like this, rather than actually just to create a final piece initially. But that's something that could very easily done as well. Just probably need a bit more time to sort of play with that and get used to it first. Layout. So I'm just doing this very, very quickly. Already you can see the difference in making it much easier to space out the letters. So I can see there the central point would have been, I've just missed the central point, so having that guideline there has already helped me just make this just a little bit neater. So that's where the central point of the Y would be. And having the sort of central horizontal line is really good as well. I think that's one of the biggest giveaways with what looks a little bit more professional and slick, is when, you know, the widths are consistent and spacing is consistent. So this is a huge aid for that. Oh, I'm going to have to put my money where my mouth is and make sure I don't mess this up. So here I can see the word ends kind of about halfway between the second one in. So that's a good reference for me, so I can know that I can start. I know my design, to balance it out, I need to make sure the outer edge of the first letter is in around the same kind of position. Okay, so this is a really rough drawing, but I think this has given me enough of an idea to know that how useful this would be in terms of drafting out designs and just making it easier to sort of spacing that and actually speeding up the draft design process, especially when presenting stuff to clients, so you're not having to do loads of measurements yourself, and you also don't have things looking a little bit amateurish and unprofessional because they've not been spaced properly. I think definitely if I have a bit more time than what this video allows to explore it further, it would be, you know, you can create some really slick and nice finalised designs as well. So I think this is a fantastic tool. They've done good. For the final review, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 for the product quality. It's been really well thought out and really well put together. You can tell a lot of effort and thought has gone into this, and it's also been created by sort of 2 of the leading names in type composition and type design, so you can't really go wrong there. Ease of use, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5, mainly because I think I used it in Photoshop and I have the feeling that this product would probably really come into its own in Procreate, which I don't have, and it still covers different platforms to work on, and I think there'll just be a little bit of an adjustment period or a learning curve for each of those, but that's something that would probably be overcome very, very quickly and easily. Value for money, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. I think it's a very reasonably priced product for what it is anyway, but also thinking about the amount of time it's going to save me producing drafts and layouts professionally, it's going to pay for itself just in the hours claimed back many, many times over. And for the fun factor, again, this is going to get a 5 out of 5 because from a personal level, I work with type layouts, so it's a fun thing for me to do anyway, but also because it facilitates more play and experimentation in your work, because if you were put off trying something because you think, oh, I don't want to spend ages trying this composition or this layout because if it looks rubbish afterwards, I've just lost a lot of time. This just makes it easy and quick, so you've not really got a lot to lose. You can afford to experiment and play and try different things, and that's just going to push you creatively and make the whole process a lot more fun. For the overall score, I'm going to actually give this a 5 out of 5. I think they've put together a really well-considered, well-thought-out product that's obviously taken into consideration what people want and will find useful and delivered on that. It's something that I see myself using in my own work quite a lot to save time and effort, and just make the whole process of drafting out layouts and designs quicker and easier, which is certainly no bad thing, and it's something that I would have considered, I would have purchased myself anyway, so I think for that reason it's getting the top score. So I'm going to have a little bit more of an experimentation with this, and I hope you have fun with it too. If you enjoyed this video, please do give us a like, and remember to subscribe to Design Cuts YouTube channel for more fantastic content.